Well, what a knock for the ages there by Abhishek Sharma. Absolutely playing one of the best IPL knocks you'll ever see there. Smoking all the bowlers all over the ground. And really, I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say. But all that and more in our podcast. For all the viewers joining us, welcome to Boundary Line Podcast with Dylan and Sheldon, where you get all the updates from IPL and in the world of cricket. Before going ahead, requesting our viewers to please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section what you thought about that insane knock there by Abhishek Sharma. Sheldon, I'm lost for words, man, really, honestly, because I don't know what to say. Is this one of the best IPL knocks you'll ever get to see there? I thought Gale's 175 back in the day was good. McCullum, we've had some great, innings that we've seen all around in this 18 years of IPL, but this has to be right up there with one of the best, Sheldon.
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. I think it's right up there, and for three main reasons. In fact, I think one, it was in a chase. It was a big run chase. You look at it. Two, the fact that their run of form coming into this game was terrible. When you look at SRH's form, and Abhishek itself, his form coming in wasn't his best. But damn, yesterday he really got going, and that was just brutal to watch. Though.
Well, for all our viewers who didn't know what happened there, Punjab Kings scored 245 for 6 there, and Shreyas Iyer playing a blistering knock there, 82 of 36 balls, hitting it all over the park. Marcus Stoinis in the end, 34 of 11 balls. It was insane. They were batting insanely well, and you thought the game was done at their halfway stage there, but I think we all spoke too soon. We all thought so soon that this game was done, but it wasn't, because Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, this opening pair went berserk at the end. They were over 150 runs at Sheldon, and in the end there, Abhishek Sharma, 141 of just 55 balls, 14 fours, 10 sixes, striking at 256. The game was done literally in the 10th, 12th over, Sheldon. This game was gone after that, because chasing 245 is not easy, but what it is, even if the pitch is flat, right, you got to execute.
You're absolutely spot on there. And I mean, people say, "Oh, it's flat. They chased it. That's pretty easy." Oh my God! On any pitch, even if you're playing on a road, to chase 245 is tough. And the way they batted, that was peak SRH. That's the SRH we expected. Throughout the tournament, that's the SRH that turned up on the first game and did that to Rajasthan Royals. And if SRH play like that, we know they can compete with anyone. They're one of the best sides in the IPL. And yesterday was just SRH at their brilliant best. Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, Klaasen coming in at 3 dil. That's just brutal to watch. And yeah, Abhishek set the tone. Head batted brilliantly as well. Let's not forget Head, because if he didn't come out as well and start belting, it would have been very tough for Abhishek to do that. But he also set the tone. He batted. Head was slow in comparison to Abhishek. When you look at it, still a slow Head innings, but a very important Head innings when you look at it.
Yeah, Sheldon. I mean, I'm just lost for words. The kind of shots that we played, Sheldon, it was good cricketing shots, right? He got up the helicopter flick, he got up the, over the thing, the ramp shot, over covers, over mid wicket, like everything was there. And I mean, I feel for the bowlers on this sort of a wicket, right? You feel for the bowlers. We've seen it happening in Mumbai, we've seen it happening in Hyderabad before at Bangalore. We've seen these sort of innings, but this sort of a knock to come from that individual who's so young, Sharon, a player who's so young, who's just starting out his career. It's like absolutely, like he didn't care who the bowler was. He was just taking them on. And you've got to feel for Punjab also, because Ferguson also was lost pretty on early. And by then you're kind of deflated, right? After 6 overs, you don't know what to do, because you can see where the game is going.
Until on a road like that, you don't be losing one of your best bowlers, right? I mean, on that kind of pitch. And when you look at it as well for Hyderabad, I don't know, this may be a dumb thing to say, but it almost helped them that they were chasing such a big score that they had to play one way. They had to go for it, and they couldn't fiddle around. They couldn't wonder what to do or try to build an innings. They had to go for it from ball one, and that almost suited the way Hyderabad play, because this is the way they want to play. They want to attack from ball one, and when you're chasing 240, you have to do that, and they really did that well. And for Punjab, I think you can't be too critical on them. They scored 240 odd and they lost comfortably, which is crazy to say. They batted brilliantly, Punjab.
Yeah.
I think you can't question their batters. If you score 240, I don't care, okay, you lost, but they can't do much more than that batting first still. But yeah, they look at their bowling. They tried a lot of things, but when Travis Head and Abhishek are batting like that, you can't do much.
Yeah, Sheldon, but I tend to also think the other way and be like, How do you lose a game like that after scoring 245? I get it if it was 220. We've seen games being finished with
Yeah.
220, but 245, you got to think that you can't chase that total. Given the kind of bowling that you have with Arshdeep and Stoinis and Chahal, all these guys, I get the pitch is flat, but surely there should be some game planning, right? There should be some matchups and everything, and it didn't help them because there was a catch that was taken on the boundary, but then it was a no ball. So, I mean, imagine if Abhishek had to go out just then, right? It would have changed the entire complexion of the game, right? And then Punjab would have been in. But you almost sense that after the power play was done, they were almost, what, 86 odd or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That the game was already done because the kind of shots that were even hit after that power play and in that period, you felt like these guys are going on a rampage here.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been like that because Punjab always a wicket or two from being right on top with the ball. Because
Yeah.
if you get Head and Abhishek early on, or before they make 100 runs, they're very much in the game, Punjab, because Hyderabad's batting are not in form. When you look at
Yeah.
it, yesterday Head and Abhishek, who absolutely belted it around, weren't in good form coming into the game. When you look at it, Kishan, since the first game, hasn't been in form. Reddy hasn't been in form. Klaasen, not really having the best of times either. So that was a batting lineup which Punjab should have thought, oh, we can win this easily. And with a good
Yeah.
net run rate as well. At halftime, they
Exactly.
probably were thinking that. But yeah, once you let the openers get going, that's when Hyderabad are dangerous. You got to get them early. And if Punjab got them early, they could have won by 150 runs. That's not even me being exaggerating. That's the way Hyderabad have been batting apart from the first game. So yeah, Punjab will look and think, oh, that's a big loss because obviously that means that's their second loss as well. That would have given them a bit of a buffer if they won yesterday. They would have been right in the top two with just one loss. So yeah, Punjab will be kicking themselves with that loss still.
Yeah, and and you can see, Sheldon, that the shoulders were drooping. You couldn't help it. When that sort of a knock is played, you got to stand up and take your hat off to the guy who's played that kind of a knock. Because I thought it was absolutely insane. The kind of shots, the rate at which he was going, whichever bowler was coming his way, he was just hitting them like really, really badly. And you felt that this was going to be a big knock there. He could have gone so close to Gale's record, and but of course the runs were still pretty less for him to do that. And how does Punjab come back from this? Because teams, it's very easily to go downward spiral from here, and kind of lose 2-3 on the go. How do they not ensure that that happens, Sheldon? Because Punjab is doing really well now, but this loss is so demoralizing that you can easily lose 2-3 now.
Yeah, Dil, I think the next game is so important, especially from the bowler's perspective. It has to improve next game because I think the batting's done brilliantly for Punjab this season.
Exactly.
I think Priyansh, Prabh Simran, Aya, all are doing well except Maxwell. The rest of the batting lineup is doing pretty well for them, and yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with their batting. The bowling, though, they look at this game and say, yeah, you got to improve. Obviously, Ferguson got injured this game, so next game they'll expect to have a full bowling lineup, all fit, so that will help. But yeah, they can't be conceding too many games still, because if you want to be a top side in the IPL, you can't be conceding 240 plus.
Yeah, well, you're right. If you want to be a top side, that's true. You can't afford to even if you concede, you've got to be able to win those games. You've got to be able to at least close out the game. And I think Ricky Ponting is going to be really upset the way this game went. You could see he was not looking good in that dugout, Sheldon. He was really annoyed. There were balls that were half volleys, just length balls being asked to just hit it out of the park. And Abhishek grabbed the opportunity. And how important is this knock now? Because this can sort of turn the entire season for them around and be like, okay, we're still in this. We got the win now. We've moved from last and they've come up to 8th position now. So we're still in a chance. We've got Rajasthan, Kolkata, all these guys now just within reach. A couple of games goes our way and then we are back in the top four, correct?
Yeah, Dylan, what a difference an innings makes, because when you look at Hyderabad at the halftime, at the end of the first innings yesterday, they probably would have been so demoralized. They probably would have been thinking, our season, this is not going to happen this season probably for us, It's one of those times where everything's going wrong. And then you have Abhishek in head, and then suddenly everything looks right with Hyderabad again, Dil. But for me, still a big concern is their bowling, Dil. They're conceding 200 way too much.
Yeah.
Like, yes, today the batting clicked. In the first game, the batting clicked. But when it doesn't, they look all over the place. And again, yesterday, I know they won quite comfortably, but they still conceded a lot of runs. And in both the games they've won, they conceded 240 plus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you look at that, one, it says, okay, the batting can really fire and get 280 and 260 and stuff, but yeah, the bowling's a big concern, and that has to improve drastically if they're to have any chance of making the top four.
And let's come to the man of the hour, Abhishek Sharma. What a knock, Shavin. I'm still watching that knock back again and seeing the kind of shots that he's played. To have that sort of confidence, and he took out a note from his pocket and said, "This one's for the Orange Army." Apparently, he had that note with him for the first 5 games that they played, and he was so confident that he was going to get one and in this season. And how insane is that, Shavin, to have that belief and be like, "I'm going to be able to do it." And this one goes out to the Orange Army, he said. So I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I really felt it's one of those knocks that's right up there. What did you think of that knock, Sheldon, honestly?
Well, for me, yeah, of course, Gale's knock is right up there, McCullum's knock up there, but I would put this right above it. I would put it as the top greatest IPL knock ever. And
Oh my God.
yeah, I will. And I love Gale, I love RCB, I love McCullum's knock as well, but there's so many various reasons still. I mean, obviously one is because it was in a run chase. Both the other two knocks were batting first with not much pressure. Both batting first, setting a score. And in this, given where Hyderabad have been this season and how rubbish they've been in most of this season after game one, how they've played. And third is just Abhishek Sharma itself. After a great last season, he struggled this season. He hasn't been as blistering until today. And to play it at that time, chasing 240 plus, with Hyderabad needing someone to step up. That's why I'd put it right up there for those reasons.
Well, it was an insane knock there. Abhishek Sharma, 141 of just 55 balls there, really taking the attack to Punjab and just demoralizing them, completely humiliating them and the bowling. And SRH move up to 8th position now, and hopefully this turns around the season for them and they can string in a few wins. But thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to leave your comments what you thought about the innings there and if SRH can turn around the season. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. The handle's down in the description. And don't forget to check out our other videos that we do. And we'll see you soon in the next match. Thank you.